discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. This week, we watched the January 19th, 1998 edition of Raw is War, and the match card is as follows. In our opening contest, we have the Disciples of the Apocalypse, all the remaining members, Chains, 8-Ball, and Skull, taking on the Nation of Domination, Farooq, Mustafa, and D'Lo Brown. Marc Mero takes on Tom Brandi. The Quebecers make their return from WCW, taking on Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. Jeff Jarrett takes on Blackjack Bradshaw for the NWA North American Heavyweight Championship. That's a mouthful. Owen Hart, Taka Michinoku, and the Headbangers take on Los Boricuas in an 8-man tag. The Rock takes on Ahmed Johnson for the Intercontinental Championship. And in our main event, the New Age Outlaws defend the Tag Team Championships against the Godwins. And there was a whole lot of other things in between we have to talk about. There's so much happened on this one. Hello, everyone. If you are new here, you are in look.
You are in look.
You are in look. Guys, you are in.
And if you're in Luke, you're in good company.
Because this is Kelsey, and she is also new to wrestling. I am Xavier. I'm here to help everybody else out. So,
yes.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, we love to chit-chat when we reconvene, especially when we reconvene in real life over wrestling.
Yeah.
And this weekend, we did just that. We had another little stopover. Look at us.
It was great.
I know. It was fantastic. It was a blazing, I want to say, 13 hours.
Yeah, it, kind of was. It was yeah, it was less than 24. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was literally maybe 15 hours I was there.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great.
Yeah, we went to see AEW Dynasty this Sunday. Fantastic. Our first pay-per-view event. Great time. And it was at the Liacoris Center. Which I just learned how to say. Pennsylvanians don't come from my neck.
We kept calling it the LaCroix Center.
No, yes, because that was hilarious. We went with my two roommates, and it was a grand old time.
I love them.
It's one of those places that doesn't have a bad seat in the place.
It was crazy.
It's not huge, but it's it feels like it packs a lot of people because it gets so loud in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great time. Do you have any standouts in your mind? I have a couple that I that I loved, but I just want to see.
Ooh, honestly, for me, it was a sandwich. The first match when we first got in.
That was Will Ospreay, and I don't know his name, but it was in the opening contest of the Owen Hart tournament.
Yes,
that was great.
Really, really good. Loved that one. I loved Toni Storm in her match.
That match was amazing.
Amazing.
That match was great. I thought they did such a good job with Megan, making her look big and strong because she is big and strong.
Yeah.
But they kept Toni's character is just phenomenal.
Oh my God, it's
honestly
the best.
One of my favorite characters in wrestling right now. It's just so silly and so fun. But it's one of those things you can just turn serious when you need to,
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
I love her. I love her
standout.
Down. I love her down. I loved her outfit. I loved the vibe. I like $1 Million Baby, Rocky, oh my God. And she's just, to me, gorgeous, hilarious, talented. I just big fan. And then the last match, the 3-man, it was Ricochet, Kenny Omega, and Speedball
Mike Bailey. Yeah. Oh, that one was I think my favorite of the evening. That was just fantastic. One, they're just all freak athletes and
freaks.
And Ricochet, I'm enjoying as a heel, watching him just be ridiculous and everybody hating him and chanting bald at him. That was great.
Yeah.
And really that was kind of our first exposure, especially you guys' first exposure to Mike Bailey at all. So that was a lot of fun. And he really showed out in that one. And that was the last one for our evening. We left before the main event, I know, but I knew some fuck shit was gonna happen, and it did. So I'm glad. I'm glad I left early. We beat the traffic. But all in all,
Yeah.
great evening.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. And I just like I can't ever undersell how much fun a wrestling crowd is. Like
So fun.
just we had some guy behind us. We were
Doing
laughing
he was having
all
his own
night.
mystery science like theater out here. It was
Oh
great.
my God.
I loved it. That was
We
great.
were yeah, we had such a great time. Yeah, it was the best. I love to see a show live.
Love to see it. Oh, all right, guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this one. We are 1 day removed from the Royal Rumble. In case y'all forgot where we were, we're back.
Girl,
The
I'm
chaos. We
pissed.
got questions we need answering. We are barreling towards WrestleMania, the best. We love to see it. Everybody
I
really
mean, love
shows out
that.
this time of year. And it's also fun when things are serendipitous in that, like, we are also very close to WrestleMania in real life. And we're on
Yeah.
the road to WrestleMania now,
Girl,
in the show.
Vegas.
So, oh, I know Vegas is gonna be crazy.
I'm
I wish.
girl, I wish. I mean, how again, I was like, how do you top WrestleMania 40? And they were like, what about Vegas?
What about Vegas?
And that's the question the girls always ask.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm definitely gonna watch this year
Mm-hmm. Oh,
for
I'm definitely
certain.
gonna
Well, I
watch.
know you're definitely gonna watch. I
Um,
usually only watch at your behest because I'm with you.
mm,
But now I'm
that's true,
like,
but we're a little removed. Normally closer to my birthday, so I make it
yes.
like a request that I subject others to watching it. But this year it's a little bit later in the month, so now you gotta take the initiative.
Yep. Now I gotta
Um,
take matters into my own hands.
love to see it, love to see it. But all right, guys, meat and potatoes this one.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're totally fine. We love a tangent. The episode starts with a recap of the Kane and Undertaker feud, where we've been, the kind of the dupe reunion of Kane and the Undertaker. We all were stoked about, and the events of the closing moments of the Royal Rumble, which saw Kane turn on his brother,
Mm-hmm.
costing him the WWF Championship, locking him in the casket, axing the casket open, lighting it on fire. So great. So,
Good. Yeah, fun
just
times. I'm not mad
just
literally
a
at all.
typical family reunion
Yeah,
at the at the Undertaker house.
it's
Mm.
when the fam gets together, usually someone ends up bursting into flames,
Oh, Lord knows I do.
as one does. So,
So that takes us to this week. We have a cold open. Undertaker's music. We're like, okay, here we go. We already know it's too good to be true. We know it's too
mhm.
good to be
I
true.
knew it.
Out comes Paul Bear. He's described as the devil personified by the commentary team. We love to
Michael
see it.
Cole.
Absolutely. Amen for that one.
Thank you,
Um,
Michael. It's
he
about time.
he's really soaking it in. The crowd's hating on him. He's basking in the booze.
Mm.
The We start out a little questionable, not gonna lie. We The crowd starts with a "You suck" chant, and then he goes, and then he immediately goes, "Well, if I do, then I must be good." And I thought that
He
was
said good at it.
that's true,
And that was what really got me because
right?
at it implies I'm good at sucking.
Right.
And
And it just was not what I was expecting to hear out of Paul Bearer. That was um
if I suck, I must be good at it.
I must be good at it, which is interesting, like an interesting take. I love the confidence.
So
I,
listen, I get it. If you have the chops, literally and metaphorically, then okay.
then the world is your oyster.
Then say what you said. And maybe he's been really sitting on that secret for a while and decided this was the opportune moment to let the girls know what he's working
100.
with.
This was
And
his like I'm ugly and I'm proud moment.
yes, he's like, I may suck, but I'm good at it in all
So
aspects of the word.
my next note just says why the Zoom. I don't know. Why the zoom, guys?
Back away from me with the spit and the sweat and I don't want to get away from it. I can smell his breath.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm in 2025.
Thank you.
Smell it.
Period.
Back up. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know I just screeched into the mic. Back up.
No, the microphone just cut out actually. So.
Oh, good. Sometimes it's really great. I hit like a certain register and just no sound comes out like on in the episode, which is good for all of you because you don't want to hear this octave. It's crazy. He just done. You know what? And I just want to say,
he's good at what he does.
Yes, and the fact that I have to sit out here week after week, and all of you have to watch me believe good things are happening and then be upset and disappointed.
Right.
I feel like we're you're all in the room with me. Like, I don't know. The fact that not 2 weeks ago, I ripped Paul Bearer limb from limb verbally. Because I was like, this is it, bitch. This is what you get for making me suffer all this time. Karma's a bitch. And it turns out,
thank you, JoJo.
You're welcome. And thank you, JoJo Siwa, thank you, girl. But the fact that I get played for a fool. Yeah. I get played,
which he basked in. He ate it up. And the way, honestly, this promo felt like he was talking to Kelsey personally. The way he goes, I should have won a Golden Globe for that performance. I had you, didn't I? He's like, I had you believing they were rejoined, that they had turned against me. I had you hook, line, and sinker. And I was just like, I'm sitting there listening to it.
He's like watching me like this,
just getting ready to throw hands, so good.
I swear, I was seething because guess what? He did have me. God damn it. I hate this. I hate this so bad. And I'm sorry y'all have to come for the ride, but wow. He when they did that little pose together and I was like, I'm ascending to another level. And even though I said, I'm not getting my hopes up. I really see the link up, la. That little blossom of hope just weeded and took root and suffocated my petunias. I'm pissed off.
Girl.
I'm pissed off.
So sorry, girl. So sorry. So he says, he pulls on the heartstrings. He goes, for the first time in 7 years, you saw the Undertaker smile.
Fuck you, bitch. Oh, you hurt me so bad.
And he said, that was my plan all along. And he said, it felt so good. He said, Taker's gone, never to return, blackout.
Which, by the way, though, there was no body found in the casket. They literally said that, but go ahead. Oh, he's gone.
Really makes me feel like they had to, because you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Like, for legal purposes, I feel like Vince was like, all right, guys. The commentary, he huddled the girls. He was like, JR, you all night long, nobody in the casket. Jerry, you're asking him that question all night long. We need to hammer it in. These people need to know that we didn't kill someone live on a pay-per-view event.
Or on the pay-per-view. No, actually, you're so right for that, because the way they brought it, Jared was like, I saw the casket myself. There were no remains. And even Jerry was like, are you sure he wasn't just a pile of ashes burnt to a crisp? And he's like, no, there was no... wow, now that you say that, okay, period.
It's just the way that they just kept doing it, that I was like, this no longer feels natural. This feels like it was directed.
They're reading the legal allegation. They're like, yeah, no, nobody in the casket. Yes.
Right. So he goes, it feels so good. Taker's gone. We have a blackout. We see the return of the Undertaker druids. They come out.
And then the druids got me.
I know. Listen, it's a nice touch.
When the druids switch sides? Oh, so I can't trust anybody. Oh, so I
No,
can't trust
Stone Cold
anybody.
been telling you that.
I know, and I'm sorry for
Hello?
not listening. So I can't. Now the Druids, I've been looking forward to seeing you guys. I was the most hyped for your return, and I can't even try.
Nobody. Nobody. Nobody, girl.
I'm pissed
Uh,
off.
so they have the casket. They're bringing it down. It's dusty. It's charred. It's broken. We're like, okay, great. Um, Kane decides to just jack in the box himself in there, have a little ha ha
Peekaboo.
he he moment. Comes in the ring. Paul Bear's laughing his little ass off. We end the segment with a close up on Kane's face. We love to see it. Kane's mask, I guess, is more apt. But still, go ahead. Thoughts?
I just okay. I mean, I've already expressed most of my thoughts, and that's I'm mad. And I love Kane, and I do. I will say this. I wish they had played his like allegiance ambiguity a little bit longer.
Right.
I kind of like the idea that nobody knew whose side he was on. Like he came out and defended the Undertaker, blah blah blah, like whatever. And like now this feels like he is an established heel, obviously. I mean, like he set the Phenom on fire. Like
Mm-hmm.
he interfered in his opportunity to get the belts. Like
Twice.
it twice, yes. So it feels very like now he's really an established heel because people were actually booing him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I don't think they were really booing him before because he was just kind of a spectacle.
Right.
Now I feel like he's kind of established himself as a heel, and which I do like because I am curious what he's gonna do now. Like, is he gonna keep gunning for the Undertaker? Because I know he's undead, girl. But I'm wondering what he's gonna do now. I guess I would assume go for the title, but who knows what his motives are? I mean, Paul Bear is
Right.
his little puppeteer, and I assume that's what Paul would want. So I don't know. I'm just mad. I'm just so mad because I thought I done thought, and that was apparently stupid. Don't ever think, guys. Just don't even think. Don't even think.
Well, certainly don't trust Paul Bear. So
Being accused of trusting Paul Bear is such an L that I will take and I will sleep on tonight on my pillow because that is really, really upsetting. Ew, when you put it like that. Ugh. That just made me mad.
that really well.
Xavier just giving me the hard truths I need to hear.
So that takes us. We got a little replay of Mike Tyson at the Royal Rumble, enjoying his little sweet time. He's holding up a WCW sucks sign. We love to see it. So funny.
Very true.
And then we get a backstage interview with DX. This is DX is really on a tear. We love to see it. First it is Triple H addressing Hunter, and he's like, "Well, how was your little like trip down to the ring last night? We proved that you're nothing but a loser. You should just pack up your bags and head down south with the rest of your relatives, because you can't hack it." So yeah,
And he means at WCW.
yes, down south
Because at because
is
at
like,
first, because it's Florida,
yeah,
right?
it's like a Georgia-based company is what it's done, but it started as a southern regional territory that became WCW. But
Right.
it started also based out of Florida's MGM studios in the
That,
yeah.
yes, that's always what sticks in my mind. But at first I was like, aren't they up north? Aren't they Canadian? I got confused
Mm-mm.
for a second. And then I was like, oh, to WCW, because that's where the girlies had gone.
WCW.
WCW. Yes, 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 yes.
So then we turn the attention to the Heartbreak Kid about him retaining the title. And then he goes, I've just been so guilt ridden about what's happened to the Undertaker. I can't believe it. His own brother. Isn't that crazy? And he's like, and to show the WWF audience that DX is really not all that bad, we pledge to find the Undertaker this evening. This very evening, we're gonna find him.
I like cannot. First of all, again, they got me. I don't know, like, because the end, which we'll get to, it's obviously later, but like, they done got me so good too. What is
Mm.
it? I'm losing my touch, but I love them. They're so funny.
Yeah, it's a great time. The
Yeah.
dynamic is really congealed, and we're really rocking and rolling.
And yeah, it was great because at one point I asked Xavier because they're looking for him, and I'm like, why would he want to look for somebody who he literally beat and like eventually like led to him being lit aflame in a coffin. And Xavier goes, because he just feels so guilty. Oh, he can't let down the fans. Oh, he just feels so terrible. He's got to do. Oh my god, he's got to do it for the fans and the creatures of the night. And I was like, oh, okay.
Listen, he's from his.
That's
words,
what he has said
from
the mouth of
mouth
babes
to God's ears. So,
and you are God in this scenario.
That's terrible. Don't give me that kind of power. Not this season.
Oh, amen.
So, our first contest, the Disciples of Apocalypse back on their bikes. Yay. I think it's very telling that this combination of the Nation of Domination is Farooq, and D'Lo. I know that The Rock has like an Intercontinental Championship match like later, but it does feel a little bit like, why is Farooq in there doing these
doing these dues?
Don't you have a new foot soldier out here? Shouldn't Mark Henry be in this match?
I'm telling you, I was very confused by the three that were chosen. And then meanwhile, JR is waxing poetic about what an incredible leader Farooq is. And I said, girl, when? Give me one example.
He's out here on commentary be like, these problems between the nation are trumped up. Like, I think they are just more than they really are. I think we're just making mountains out of molehills. And you're like,
girl, at the Royal
Rumble,
watching
the same show?
I swear, at the Royal Rumble, they were all beating each other up. They were working it out. They are pissed at each other. Like, not even just like Farooq and Rock. Like, all of them were fighting each other. Like, they didn't even focus on anybody else at first. What are you watching?
Right.
Girl, there's been dissension in the ranks from the inception.
Right.
The inception of NOD.
And especially since they put The Rock in.
Boo. Boo.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Like, but he was going on, and I was like,
girl, no. You a liar.
A lying liar who lies. I don't even know what just occurred, but that was a lie.
He was out here talking about a stench from the casket. It must have been his own pants on fire, liar.
A heinous stench. It's you.
It's you, bitch.
Those beats are cooked.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, his pants are on fire. Because you lie like a rug.
Because you lie like a rug. Anyway.
His pants are on fire. Wow.
So silly.
Bravo. That was a good one. I really liked that.
Thank you. This match was just as Big E from the New Day would say, just big beefy men slapping meat. It's just big boys. Just big boys. Big boys.
Big beefy boys slapping meats.
Right.
As they do.
As they do. So by that I mean everyone's 8 feet tall. They're all 300 pounds. It's just big, heavy power moves after big, heavy power moves. Lots of clotheslines, lots of punches.
Yeah.
On the commentary teams, really planting that. The Rock eliminated Farooq seed. They were planting that one. They're
but their problems are real.
Right. Down to the last 3, and instead of eliminating the one guy that's not on your team, you try and eliminate the leader of your team. But everything's fine.
It's just silly little problems. Just so silly.
Girl, don't look over here. Everything's on fire. So I have to know this. I love D'Lo. I love D'Lo so much, and honestly, the commentary team was also eating up D'Lo. They were like,
yes,
they were giving him like most improved out here, MVP, and I was like, okay, love to see it. Although he did have a missed moonsault, although the moonsault did look beautiful, the bald one did move, so he missed it. What, you want me to learn their names at this point?
At this juncture, the bald one, bald.
Shout out to Ricochet. Anyway, so this match closes out when all six men start going at it. The referee's like, well, I can't handle this, so we're just gonna ding ding ding. Match is thrown out, double disqualification. The Rock and Mark Henry show up to aid the fight. Nothing says like I'm really out here trying to help you, like wearing your championship belt to the fight. Um, just saying,
No,
just
literally
saying. You
though.
didn't think to like take it off and like throw it down or like.
There was no urgency. You took time to put that belt on, sir.
That's what I'm saying. And
Damn.
then Shamrock and Ahmed Johnson show up, and then all eight of them start beefing in the ring, and then eventually Shamrock and Co get the upper hand. They clear the ring of the nation in typical, face heel fashion.
Mm.
And yeah, so more on that. We're furthering the feud between Ken and The Rock. We're furthering the feud between The Rock and Farooq. And the nation is just kind of along for the ride, really and truly. And
Mm.
as are we. Do we know what's happening with the Disciples of the Apocalypse? No. Do we care? Even
No.
less. So.
Yeah. Sorry. No offense. No offense, ladies, but
Love you, respect, but it's time to move on. Then we get this very interesting promo, or like not a promo, I guess it's like an ad for like WWE magazine and like Raw magazine, but it's just Vince Russo who's going under this moniker Venom. And he's the editor of the magazines, and he's out here like trying to convince you to spend your money on
girl,
it, and it's in like weird and like black and white, and he's trying to look like edgy, but it's
he's
just
like
like
at the
Vince
train
Russo in
tracks.
a trench coat, and you're like, oh, what? And then it was over.
And it's almost like they tried to make it like hardcore by like having Vince like curse and it was like bleeped out.
Right.
Like, and he was just like literally like that 90s classic, like, I'm at the train tracks because I'm a bad boy. I'm
Mm.
outside by the dumpsters because I'm up to no good. But it's like,
Mm.
girl, what are you doing? You know who I felt hated that and I could feel their hate seeping into my body and strengthening me?
Who?
Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette.
I know he
Mm.
watched that and levitated on his hatred.
Mm.
And
I
I felt it inspirit me and I started to float and then we were all
Right,
together
100%. No, and I was imbued with the hatred that lives in Jim Cornette. The
in
thing
the
that is
will
keeping his heart beating
beating.
strong so that he can outlive Vince Russo despite being older than him by a few years. Um, so that he can live to piss on his grave.
It's
And like
honestly
that
beautiful.
is that is dedication to hatred.
The
I've never
girls
been
don't
dedicated
know
to anything that much.
anything, not
Anything.
even a little. And that the girls don't know about her. We need to
No,
talk more about the level of
no,
petty that Jim Cornette is. I know
no.
we talk about it on the show, and
It's
I'm
about
sure
drive. It's about power. Like we stay hungry. Like when you're
oh my god, I
hating,
do.
like we're hating. Like I don't.
Yeah. He goes, we're like the foot is on the gas all the way to the floor or no dice.
No,
I
100%.
hate you for life like a blood curse, like a
No, no.
curse passed down from generations, or I'm not interested.
Thank you. Thank
Wow, to
you.
the grave.
No, you better carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain. That's what I'm saying.
It literally
Runs
and
deep.
runs deep and can only be broken like 3 generations from now.
Hmm.
Families
Oh,
will
it's gonna be around
suffer.
for a
It's
second.
the Montagues and the Capulets, girl. Like we're fighting. We don't even remember why,
Right. It doesn't
but we've
matter.
been beefing for generations.
Irrelevant. It's on site.
Damn, damn, I love it.
So in our so first we get a cut backstage and we see a hearse pulling up and we're like, oh, hearse, Undertaker, got it. Make the connection, guys. We're watching television. So Brandi. I don't know. I don't know who that
Make the
was.
connection, girls were watching television is crazy. But that like came from your spirit. Like you channeled something. I felt it. Like I don't
That's insane. Anyway, Excuse me for yelling at you all.
It's just something took over you. I saw it. It was again Jim Cornette. He's still here. He's still here.
He's amongst us. Now that I'm crying. So
make the connection, girls. We're watching television. Clock in right now. A hearse pulled up.
Get that punch card ready, bitch. We're on the clock.
Oh my god. I'm dead.
So amazing. Isn't this just the fascinating stuff you guys tune in for?
I'm sorry.
Tom Brandi, whose new, I guess, gimmick is just being Italian.
But was that not the gimmick before? Here is what is confusing me about Tom Brandi, girl. Let's talk about it. Because Tom Brandi is now wearing an Italian, like whatever thing, when before he was Salvatore Sincere, and he was wearing pink and a windbreaker for no reason. For no reason. Yes. And now we got it's like we have mixed media, like something
what happened?
The Matrix got switched
100%. It's like a mislabeled like a USB drive or like a mislabeled file. Like yes! What is on the outside does not match the content like at all. And I'm like, why?
We're not doing pink with the name Brandi. But and the windbreaker, but we're doing like Viva Italiano, like with the La Famiglia in the
right,
the right. For Tom Brandi,
right?
Not Salvatore Sincere though.
Not Thomas Brandioni. Tom Brandi.
Yeah, not Tommy Brandioni.
Right.
Not my kid brother Tommy.
Right. No.
No, it's Thomas Brandi Esquire, attorney at law.
Right. No,
like I don't.
What is that? How? Yeah.
We lost the plot with this one. We really did.
Truly. So this one, and the way they're making it sound like Marc Mero and Tom Brandi are like embroiled in some like feud that's been like sitting at the top of the card for months. What did
we've been waiting to see the outcome?
Like a long, like some simmer,
it's like a simmer,
and we're like, girl,
if the gas is on low, maybe. Like I don't know. I have not.
No, like a simmer, like. Are we crock potting this bitch? Like what do you mean? Like
I don't even think all the ingredients are in the pot yet. Like I'm really not even sure what we're talking about. Again, the hyperbolization of what's happening. Like either like Farooq has never had a problem with the girlies in his life.
Right.
And then Tom Brandi and Marc Mero have been feuding since the dawn of time. And we've been waiting with bated breath to see the outcome. Girl, I do not care. I don't care.
No, that's exactly correct.
Insanity.
So Marc Mero's making his entrance. Of course, Sable's out here looking fine as she does.
Duh.
And Sable immediately turns around and is like, you need to cover up. Let's go. He gives her one of those boxing jackets on the back of which says property of Marc Mero. Crazy. JR on commentary as Marc Mero's like getting in the ring is basically just like this man is the definition of unrealized potential. I don't know what like it's insane. Like, I don't know what he's been doing. He had maybe a cup of coffee with the Intercontinental Championship, but really hasn't amounted to a hill of beans. So we can see where his insecurities stem from and why he feels the need to take them out on his wife. And you're just like, what?
Character assassination, murder, taking shots, just got like he was literally like he hasn't really, he came to the WWE very hopeful, he was a big in the boxing arena, but never amounted to anything here. So I can understand why he feels the pressure to do better, because he's really kind of like basically goes like Miss Girl's in her flop era and has been, not sure why they're here, like. And said it so casually, so just like them's the facts.
Right.
That I would have had to escort myself out. I would have had been like, so?
That's that on that. Great.
I better go.
Crazy.
Hasn't amounted to much, girl. Hill of beans. Is that what you said?
Yeah. That amounted to a hill of beans. And I'm
Hill of
like,
beans.
that's crazy.
Really upsetting.
So nuts. Marc Mero on commentary was called Starving for Attention. Somebody comes down for some flowers with for Sable. Of course, Marc Mero sees and just ignites the little dick rage that can only happen when someone who's insecure gets confronted with someone on their woman. Not even on their woman, just like it's literally like a gesture. Like, why are you so threatened, fam? Like, you're
I
literally
swear.
married.
Married girl.
You're probably threatened because you treat her like garbage.
Because the divorce is pending,
And
girl.
now the flowers seem like, oh shit, like now I'm in trouble.
Damn.
But he sees the flowers in her hand, starts yelling at her. He's like, "Where's that from? Who gave you those?" And then starts sending her towards the back, and we're like, oh, okay. Of course, Brandi takes advantage of the distraction. The crowd, of course, is obsessed with Sable. We had a few Sable signs, the most notable of which was the Sable sit on my face. Not every thought needs to be expressed in sign form.
No.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Sable distracts the referee at one point, which allows Miro to hit a low blow on Brandi, hit him with the TKO. Miro picks up the victory, and Kevin Kelly has just the greatest line I think I've ever heard him say when Marc Mero takes the flowers from Sable and smacks Brandi with them and says something to the effect of he uses the pocket full of posies that Sable was gifted to beat down Tom Brandi, and
The
that's
pocket full of
fantastic.
posies. Was that
And
Kevin Kelly?
mhm.
Aw,
Yeah, that's Kevin Kelly.
Kevin. I thought it was
Uh,
Michael Cole, but I had done lied. Kevin, I'm sorry. I wrote down the wrong
mhm.
person. Oh yeah, the pocket full of posies. That was really funny.
Fantastic.
Damn.
Then we cut to DX backstage looking for the Undertaker. They're investigating the hearse because again they made that connection, girlies.
Girlies, we're
Um,
watching TV.
so don't start. So are approaching the hearse and they're getting ready to open the back of it. They're like coming up with a game plan. They're like, do we hit on three? Do we open on two? What's going on? They're getting ready to hit him with Triple H's crutch. They they do the thing, the countdown, they open the hearse, and it's just full of hot screaming girls. That
Girl,
that's it.
what?
It it is like I want to say like 4 to 6.
It's 6.
Um, just
Hot girls.
just in the back of a funeral vehicle. I'm so they are screaming and very excited to see DX, obviously. Again, I would be too. That's fine.
Sure, yeah. Very
And
understandable.
then there's lots of jumping, lots of huddling. They basically take DX into their orgy hearse and then China hard cam breaks the fourth wall,
She's like,
rolls her eyes, and closes the door.
okay, okay.
This is
Um,
insane.
I just wrote, why are there 6 hot girls sitting quietly in a hearse? Like, because the implication was that they were literally sitting there just like,
Yeah.
and then the door opened and they were like, that's
Yeah.
literally what happened. And I was like, I'm just curious as to why a hearse filled with 6 hot women just
Just
parked in the back and they just sat there quietly until engaged.
crazy.
It was very dystopian. It was like a little weird. Like they were just
What
like
like it was one of those moments where you literally like it ended and we're just sitting there like, okay, but what did just happen?
but
Like
what and
like
like do I want to see hot girls? Certainly. I'm a normal person, but like it just made no sense. Like, why are just 6 hot girls sitting in the back of a hearse? Because I mean, I guess that's what the girlies get into on a Monday night. Like, I don't know.
That's a new brand of witches just
New.
dropped.
And those are my ancestors, girl. Hey,
That's
like
crazy.
that, because I just was like, not a peep, just not even chatter, just sitting quietly. Shh.
Nope.
And then the door opens and they're like, "Oh my God, the Generation X, blah, come into our sex dungeon, blah." Like,
crazy.
And like, great, but also like, get China in there first of all. Second, like, who brought them there? Why are they there? Why are they backstage? Like, what?
Like, yeah, there's
so many questions,
right,
and no
and
answers, not
clearly
one.
just from the mind of this really seems like a Vince Russo creation, really
He's like,
just rubber stamped by a future SA or Vince McMahon. So like it tracks. So like I feel, it's
hey,
on par with the people making the decisions.
Vince Russo literally said, "What if there were 6 hot girls in the hearse and they suck in Degeneration X and yak yak yak?" Like, and Vince was like, "Oh yeah,
great.
I think that's a great idea.
I love it. Do it."
Crazy.
Yeah. So crazy. Next we get a cut to a 2 black limos showing up to the arena where Mike Tyson, Shane McMahon, and Mike Tyson's entire entourage, consisting of I think everyone he's ever known, pulls up and starts rolling out. He's here, great time. And then we get into our next contest. So that is going to be the Quebecers making their return to the WWF from WCW, where they spent about a year. They are kind of holdouts of the older like generation, the Quebecers again, with the names Jacques and Pierre. The most, if you just go, this tag team is French adjacent. What are their names? Jacques and Pierre. So they're back, and they are former WWF Tag Team Champions, but they are taking on the fun, the fantastic, the fabulous Cactus Jack and the incomparable Chainsaw Charlie.
I'm so
aka
happy
Terry Funk.
These boys are together. I literally cannot thank whoever pulled this off enough.
I'm gonna go with Mick, but yes.
I was gonna say I cannot thank Mick Foley enough, but just in case somebody else had some sort of influence there. But like, God, Mick Foley and Chainsaw Charlie together
fantastic.
Is in the WWE, in my era WWE that I get to watch every week with my friend.
Great times.
God, this is living.
That's good shit.
That's good shit right there.
What is this white powder that is all over Chainsaw Charlie? The man is just coated with a mystery white powder. And I know realistically it's just baby powder. But why so much of it? And why on the side of your head?
And just why, period? Because you already got the little stocking, you have a chainsaw, you have suspenders, you have a lot of things going, like take off one accessory. Right. The powder is just the ambiguous powder. It's like, what have you been doing? Like,
right. Makes him like seem like I was like, what is that? Anthrax? Like, get a grip.
Like, yeah. There's something sinister about it, which I guess is the point, but
sure. So this one's hilarious. It starts on the outside of the ring. Cactus immediately throws Pierre into the steps. Crazy. That was loud. Immediately. Yeah. It's like the match begins in the ring, ding, ding. But the focus is on the outside with Cactus and Pierre fighting. My notes that okay. Nothing pisses me off more than a man with long hair who is also balding.
Oh God!
We can all see the giant balls. This is such a thing in especially the 80s and in the 90s. But it's like, and I guess
I would say
currently. But it just, we can all see it. We can all see it. It's time to just accept your fate. And just do something about it.
Yeah.
Because your mullet comb over is scary.
Girl, it's a no from me. And listen, so this actually perfect because when we were watching AEW and everyone was chanting bald at Ricochet, I looked around and I was like, okay, well,
Oh,
some of you
yes.
should not be saying shit. I'm just gonna say it right now because some of you are wearing hats for a reason. Oops, and I know that hurts some of your feelings. Some of you got the hat on because you think that will save you.
Right.
Girl, the bald is coming and it's okay.
Right.
Embrace it. Embrace it. Confident bald is better than like insecure, weird, stringy, long mullet. Just because you can grow it long doesn't mean it's growing in the front, babe. It's okay.
It's
Hold my
okay.
hand.
Yes,
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry I needed to say it. I know it's shallow. I know it's vain. I know it
Well,
doesn't
that's
matter, but
no, it
it
doesn't.
is a distraction.
It
So,
is because honestly, and I this is actually my biggest problem. This is my biggest problem with John Cena. I'm so sorry. Oop, I'm sorry.
oh,
Oop, oop, oop.
guys, guys.
I'm so sorry.
And the thing is, like, you didn't even watch John Cena wrestle his whole career
Nope.
not looking like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving.
For the heel turn, especially not to deviate, but for the heel turn for John Cena, shave the head.
Well, he said
Shave the
in
head.
a promo, he goes, I'm not changing anything. He's like, for what? He's like, he's like, these are my clothes. That's my face on the t-shirt. That's my voice on the track. He's like, I'm not changing anything. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, but also another classic hat wearer.
Mm,
And y'all know why.
y'all know why.
And that's fine. It's just silly. We
Mm-hmm.
love you all, just the way you are.
Love to see it. Terry does this fantastic bump in the corner where he's taking the head to the corner bumps from one of the Quebecers, and he goes out of the corner and he's like stumbling around and he makes a big loop-de-loop like he's gonna tag Cactus. Go ends up going past Cactus and just falling on his face.
So good.
Fantastic stuff. Love Terry Funk. Um uh, Terry keeps getting the shit kicked out of him for the majority of the match until Cactus comes in to help Terry. When the ref starts getting in Cactus's face and yelling at him, Cactus hits him with the mandible claw, which is crazy.
Insane.
The match, of course, ends in a disqualification in favor of the Quebecers, and we're just like, what? What's going on? And then a fight ensues. They just keep fighting after the fact. They're just still going at it. Chainsaw Charlie does this like crazy bump off the apron. He like bounces real fast off the bottom rope, leaps back onto a pile of men. Um and then Cactus Jack kind of ends the fighting when he comes in with Barbie, his trusted barbed wire bat. Clears
Barbie.
the ring, so the Quebecers win their return match by disqualification. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also can I ask an inappropriate question?
Sure.
Well, it's not inappropriate, but maybe whatever. The eye patch, is that he like really needs that or that's a costume?
I honestly don't know, and I'll look it up. I'll look it up
Okay,
for you.
great. Because I was like, what's that? What's that about?
Wait, let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find
Great.
out. So talk about the next segment, which is DX and the minis, and I'll go back to the Quebecers.
Oh, okay. So DX, we cut to DX continuing on their quest to look for the Undertaker, and they run into the minis. I'm assuming it's Max Mini, Nova, and is it Mosaic? Is the other one they wrestle with?
Yes.
It's the three of them, and Sean leans down and starts asking them whether or not they've seen the Undertaker, and they say no, 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 no. And Sean says some comment about like no short answers from any of you, which poor taste. But is asking them if they see an Undertaker. No, 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 no. And then Shawn Michaels can't understand them, so he goes, China, I don't want to bend over anymore. Can you please help me out? And China picks up Max Mini and holds him at eye level like a baby for Sean to ask him, have you seen the Undertaker? And he's going like, no, no. And he goes, so
Right.
I'm not getting anything from them, and puts him down, which
Right.
was interesting.
No, so the eye patch, we're back on the Quebecers, is because he is supposed to be a descendant of the pirate John Lafitte. As a
Oh,
pirate, he wore an eye patch over his blind right eye. So,
okay. I actually know about John Lafitte for some reason,
hmm,
but
so
must have been a
that's
Discovery
the
Channel
deal.
moment. Oh, okay. Well, so it's a costume choice, but it is historically accurate, and okay, sure.
Sure. All right, we're here for it.
Sure. Sure.
So next we are, I guess, treated. Yeah, treated is the word I'm going to use. To a NWA North American Heavyweight Championship match between Jeff Jarrett and Black Blackjack Bradshaw. Bradshaw comes out with Blackjack Wyndham, of course. Jeff Jarrett comes out with Cornette and both of the Rock and Roll Express. Jim Cornette on commentary is, of course, on an NWA crusade. I couldn't begin to encapsulate what he says. It's just somehow eliminated. It's basically just bringing the WWF back to the posterity and greatness of the days of the NWA.
Right.
Right.
Makes no sense, but okay.
Right. Bradshaw gets a shout out on commentary for spending 40 minutes in the Royal Rumble last night.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the match begins with a triple team basically, from the Rock and Roll Express and Jeff Jarrett, and then there, of course, the Rock and Roll Express is interjecting themselves the entire time because it's essentially Bradshaw versus four men, and Jim's does his little like diatribe, gets off commentary, starts managing. He's a distraction. The Rock and Roll Express are a distraction. It's chaos. He being Bradshaw never really gets his feet off the ground on this one. And Jim Cornette, of course, distracts the referee after Bradshaw hits a power bomb, and we think like, oh, finally the tides are turning. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Um, and oh, uh, what is R&R? Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm with it now. Jim Cornette distracts the referee. The Rock and Roll Express hits a clothesline on Bradshaw. That allows Jeff Jarrett to pick up the victory. And then, of course, they start beating him after the match because that's what they do.
Well, no, because Bradshaw jumped in and clotheslined or Wyndham jumped in and clotheslined
That's the
Bradshaw by
one.
accident.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
but
right. You're
quote
right.
unquote by accident because like the Rock and Roll Express had been interfering the whole time. Like every 2 minutes they were doing something interfering.
Mm-hmm.
And then like while the ref is distracted, Wyndham comes in, you think they're gonna get a lick back, and he impales his own brethren,
Mm-hmm.
friend, teammate, whatever, on his own with his own body and basically knocks him out.
Right. Oh, yeah. Jarrett pins
Insanity.
Bradshaw. After that, they all attack Bradshaw. Wyndham does nothing. He's standing on the
Whack.
outside, just like
Whack.
with a thumb up his ass. He comes into the ring, and the commentary team's like, oh, he's finally coming to do to save the day, blah blah blah. I'm like, he's walking slow as hell. What you mean?
Yeah, no.
There was no haste, no pep in that step, if you
None.
will. He comes in, of course, turns on Bradshaw as a former NWA World Champion. He then aligns himself with Jim Cornette and his goon squad of NWA
Right.
wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. And I was wondering if something was happening because first of all, the fact that they had Bradshaw in the Royal Rumble for as long as he was.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, this is mean, but this is the truth. When we were watching, I was like, what is he still doing here? Like, I'm
Right.
literally confused. Like, they were like, he was in it for 40 minutes. And I was like, yeah, why? Like, no offense, but I thought there were
Mm-hmm.
more major player. But I guess obviously they're doing something to beef up his storyline because then this happened. Wyndham's not jumping in at all, no matter how many times the Rock and Roll Express interfered. Like, he's not even going around the ring and being like, hey guys, cut it out. It's like
Right. Like not
he's
even pretending a
blind.
little bit.
And then, yeah, not even. And then he goes in and does this just chicanery.
Mm.
And but I'm interested because who was Bradshaw before? Was he the Hawk or was that the
Yeah,
other one?
Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Yes. I always like his character wasn't interesting to me, but as a wrestler I liked him. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. I would like him to do something else. Like
Right.
because the new Blackjacks obviously didn't take off or last long.
Right. So
So, I'm fine with this. I don't care about the NWA like at all, but
mhm.
sure.
We'll take
Fine.
it.
I'll take it.
So next we cut back to DX. They're backstage where they're like, oh, we can't find Taker. Like, oh, and we have looked everywhere. And he's
And I
like,
don't want to disappoint the fans.
right. And he was like, and in that hearse, like, he's like, don't get me wrong, I had a great time in there. I left no box unopened. But and we were all just like, oh my God.
No
He said that.
box unopened.
He said that. Yeah.
No box
Mhm.
unopened.
So fill in the blanks.
No
So
box.
yeah, he knew what he
Yeah.
was doing.
Yeah.
So uh they're backstage, they're joking around, they're Sean's goofing, talking, and Hunter sees something in the corner of his eye. He's like, hello. China sees it next, taps Sean on the chest, is like, hey, pay attention. They all look, they have their Wizard of Oz moment, blackout. Very, very cute. So
I loved it.
we'll see what that entails in a moment. Then we get hit with hour two of Monday Night Raw, Raw's War, whatever you want to call it. The intro song cracks me the fuck up.
It's
Oh
so
my God,
funny.
hour two, that song is so bad. And
It's so bad. It's
it
literally, if I didn't know, I said this when we were watching, I was like, if I didn't know any better, I would say AI wrote this song.
right,
Because it's
right.
just the lyrics are so like bland and basic and just like,
Mm,
I don't know. It's just so bad. It's just like, we get on
it's
the mat and show them where it's at.
right,
Like we beat
right.
each other up and that's the stuff because we're tough. Like it's like basic Cat in the Hat, right? And much love and respect to Dr. Seuss. That man's a genius. But I mean, like it's very like let's rhyme
Mm.
like boat with goat. I don't know. Like it's
Right, not doing it for me. Let's
yeah,
just put it that way.
bad news.
It does crack me up though because it's so aggressive and so nonsensical at the same time.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
it's really like just so
Screaming
jarring.
hard guitars for a song called "We're All Together."
Right, right.
And
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
about them like all wrestling together, taking on the world by storm, mat after mat. Like it's like very supposed to be like wee, and it's very like
Right.
like which is great,
Crazy.
but just so
So
silly.
yeah, so hour two opens up with the Undertaker's music playing again, and we get a shot. Everything's dark, blackout, of course. We get a shot of what is the Undertaker descending from the ceiling. We see the Undertaker, long hair and
The
ring
the coat,
attire.
yeah.
Um, so he comes out, and as soon we get that like moment where the Undertaker's like in the center of the ring, he puts his arms up like he's gonna do the thing for the lights, and as soon as he does, break it down. It's DX. He takes off the wig, he takes off the jacket. It's Shawn Michaels.
In
Uh,
Undertaker
in
drag.
Undertaker drag. We love to see it. And of course, then come the other goons. We got Triple H coming down the apron carrying a grill in a apron that just says suck the cook on it. And you're just like, girl, what? What? Suck the cook?
Is so I'm sorry, Suck the Cook is actually really funny. I want that apron so bad for no
That's so
reason.
crazy.
Cause not like suck the cook's whatever or like not kiss the
No,
chef,
there
not
is
kiss the chef, suck the cook.
and I love that.
And
Yes, chef.
that's food industry. Yes, chef. You don't kiss the chef, you the cook.
That's what I'm saying. Crazy.
Insane.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. And then we are met with one of the most iconic segments from Degeneration X, and it's just dick jokes everywhere.
Oh
He
my
goes,
God.
Sean goes, or Triple H goes, Sean and I both have jumbo weenies. But China, why don't you show them what you're working with? And she
Also, he
pulls
goes, "What, girl? Why don't you show him what you're working with?" He literally said, "Show him what you're working with, girl." I was like, "Oh my God, they're just one of the girls."
it's so funny. And she pulls out this giant salami and is like, "That's the big stick." And it's so crazy. And of course, they immediately start making fun of Taker. Hunter goes, "Hey Sean, like where'd you get those clothes? Like a fire sale?" Like, get. So cheesy. And
It's
then
insane.
Sean goes like, "How do you like your Undertaker? Rare, medium, well done?"
And they're
And
like,
and then they're like, "Cause that's exactly what he is." Done. And
girl.
we love to see it. That's so funny.
I will say this, they use their props so well.
Right.
Because
Right.
sometimes it's like, what are we doing? And then they bring out like a grill, they have the apron, they have a grocery bag full of meats and marshmallows.
Right. Right.
The
Right.
Undertaker drag of it all.
Right. It's
To enter
fantastic.
to enter the arena in Undertaker drag and descend from the ceiling just to make dick jokes
It's
is
great.
honestly iconic. Like
Right.
it's honestly really iconic. Like
Right.
I'm gonna go out of my way to make this as a like over the top as possible, this entrance, to get out the grill and make weenie jokes.
Right.
That
So
is
good.
insane. Like
Insane.
I am I'm agog, I'm aghast. I actually really loved this. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
great. It's
sorry.
great. I'm sorry.
I'm
Funny
sorry.
is
I
funny
loved
is
it.
funny is funny. And this
It's
is funny.
funny. I've seen part of this before because it is iconic, like it just pops up, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing, I mean, better than I ever. I mean,
Amen. Um,
shocking.
So Triple H gets his chance to address Owen Hart. He announces or challenges rather Owen to a match for the European Championship next week, and he's like, even on one leg. Like even on one leg,
I
I can
got one
kick your ass.
leg.
And Sean is just sticking the salami in his pants and like just slapping his
Slapping it
meat. It was a
around.
mess. Crazy. And then Triple H goes and takes a shot at Ric Flair and he goes, "There's no need to ride Space Mountain because it's old and broken down." And he goes, and then he goes, "I got the rocket if you got the ride." And I'm like, "Girl, you're on
I
television."
I'm not even joking though. I went like, oh my God.
Right.
Like, I've got the rocket. If you want the ride, is crazy. And I honestly forgot that that was a Ric Flair thing, the Space Mountain thing. I
Yes.
completely forgot. So you just saying that, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah,
scream. That's
yeah. Because Ric Flair
crazy.
used to say some heinous shit about like riding Space Mountain. So
And he
uh,
literally said, yeah, that's
it's old
busted,
and
crusted,
broken
and
down.
disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the rocket if you want the ride. Girl. That's
Crazy.
crazy. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I just feel so weird.
So good. So
It's really funny. There's this girl, but we've been doing the podcast, but Triple H was still Hunter Hearst Helmsley and whatever. And I used to work with her like forever ago. And she had posted once on Instagram that she's like, I used to pretend I was married to Hunter Hearst Helmsley when I was a kid. I was so obsessed with him. I used to pretend I was married. I was Mrs. Triple H, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, girl, what? And now I'm like, okay, I'm
um
seeing the glimmers. I'm seeing the glimmers of why people thought this way. I'm clocking in. Okay.
I get it, I get it, I get it.
Because I was like, Hunter Hearst Helmsley girl, what are you talking about? And now I'm like, oh, Triple H with the
Different.
with the ride, with the rocket and the ride and the weenies. Okay.
Got it,
Okay,
got
okay,
it.
okay, okay.
Then we turn back to Shawn Michaels and he kind of closes the casket, pun intended, on the Undertaker saga, and he's like, HBK all alone with no help, beat the Undertaker again. Therefore, I am still the icon, still the showstopper, still the WWF champion. So who's next? JR in commentary is like, big dummy, whoever won the Royal Rumble. Like, put two and two together, stupid.
Literally.
And like you're like, oh, okay. And then he addresses Stone Cold. Starts addressing some of Stone Cold's like accolades, and he goes, "Been there, done that." He goes, "Former tag team champion, been there, done that. Former Intercontinental champion, been there, done that." He could have gone a step further and been like, "Won the Royal Rumble twice, 2 years in a row. Been there,
And they're
done
done
that."
that, baby.
Um,
He's the Grand Slam champion.
so like
Sorry.
again, he's not telling lies. So um we love to see it. I could because they're both so different, but both have roots in the same place. They're from the same state. Like
Oh yeah. Oh
and they're
yeah.
both so arrogant in completely different ways.
They're big in different ways.
Right.
Yes.
And I love to see it. So he basically then goes on to be like, there's only one mountain that Stone Cold hasn't climbed. And he's like, and there's something you need to know about the mountain. Not only am I at the top of the mountain, I own the mountain. Why? Because the Heartbreak Kid says so. We love to steal the line. And then he
Yep.
goes, and I've said it before, and I'll tell, and you can ask anybody, you can call all the people that I sent down south, and they'll tell you that HBK lays down for nobody. And you're like, oh, okay. And then, so we are starting that ball on the road to WrestleMania. We love to see it.
Insane. I also am wondering if Kane is going to be PO'd because he said I did it with no help. Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
just feel like he's going to be upset.
I just don't think he cares. I just don't think that's like in his like purview of like,
Yeah, you're probably right.
you know what I mean? Like
I'm
I,
still learning. I'm still learning about that man. What is he?
mm-hmm.
What makes him tick other than lighting his brother on fire?
We'll see.
I'm gonna find out.
So next we have an 8-man tag between Owen Hart, Taka Michinoku, and the Headbangers taking on all of Los Boricuas. Why is the Honky Tonk Man on commentary?
Girl,
That makes no sense.
get that man out of here. What's he doing? I thought we got rid of him once and for all once Billy Gunn wasn't rockabilly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Mm-hmm.
that ship had sailed. And then he came out for the Royal Rumblina and I was pissed. And
Right.
now where he's back out here on commentary saying he's gonna shake, rattle, and roll Mike Tyson. Girl, I love to see it. I
Yeah.
love to see it.
I wish a bitch would.
I wish you would.
So this one's very, very short and sweet. I have a note for my own self, that Masha so hot, the dumpy. The fact that you can see his ass so pronouncedly in a like floor length skirt, basically. A1. Love that man.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a note for Jerry the King Lawler. If you're still trying to throw people off the scent that Brian Christopher is not your child, don't talk about him in places where he is not. Let's just maybe don't bring him up
Girl,
every chance you get.
why are we bringing him up? And also, don't laugh exactly like him.
That's crazy. That it happened on commentary, and I was like, is he here? Like, like I felt like he was in the room
Brian?
next to me. Crazy,
Insane.
crazy. Owen comes in, starts kicking ass,
Duh.
just spinning heel kicks as far as the eye can see. Hits one
Mm-hmm.
of them with a sharpshooter. They pretty much give up immediately. Owen is interviewed after the match by Michael Cole. He's asked about Triple H. And he's like, I don't know what you're up to. Don't really care. Any chance I can get my hands on Triple H, I'm gonna take it. See you next week, degenerate.
Love. I will say I do love the link up of Owen and Taka.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like surprising tag team group, but I was like, love this actually. And I always love to see Taka and Michinoku do literally anything. So I love
Love
the
to
two of
see
them
it.
together with the headbangers.
Amen. So next we have The Rock taking on Ahmed Johnson in an Intercontinental Championship match. Ahmed Johnson shaved is interesting.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. So again, this one's a short one. The Rock hits the people's elbow. We get a classic Rocky sucks chant. Of course, that gets under his skin. Ahmed's cheeks make an appearance, as they do.
As they do.
Mark Henry comes down. He grabs a chair. we're like, oh, no, here we go. Kelsey immediately was like, oh, they love to cheat Ahmed Johnson out of a victory. That
Oh,
is,
they love
if
to
it's
take.
one thing the nation does, it's to see Ahmed Johnson fail. They
Damn.
that shit up. So
My boy ain't got a clean win since we started this show.
no, it's
Like, I'm
crazy.
not even kidding. Like,
Like it's been
since
a
we've been here.
minute. It's been a minute. Um,
Upsetting.
of course. So The Rock throws Ahmed Johnson into the ropes. He gets whacked by the chair by Mark Henry. Because listen, someone with that big of a back hitting you with a chair, you're gonna feel it. Just saying.
Certainly you are, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The Rock picks up the victory. We get a very quick celebration before Ken Shamrock comes out, guns ablazing,
Grr.
shirt nowhere to be found, chasing off the nation.
He said I have to be aerodynamic, like
He's
no
pissed.
belts. And I literally wrote because I was trying to be quick, Shammy comes out and tweaks again.
It's great. And tweaks it again. That's crazy.
Shammy comes out and tweaks again.
Which, like the sham wow.
Like it's like Shamu, Sham Wow. There's something there, but Kenny Sham. I love it. I love him. He's so mad.
He's so mad all the time.
So mad, and he's coming out here with no shirt. He's so pissed.
He's so mad. Oh my god, he's like a bro at a party.
I sort of got like. Even this happens later. Somebody takes off their shirt. I'm like, yeah, you're mad. Take your clothes off. Ooh, like
it's always a weird reaction. So in our main event, we have the New Age Outlaws putting on the tag team championships on the line against the Godwins. This is great.
It's great.
This is fantastic. We get a little cutaway scene before the match begins of Mike Tyson like feeling up on Chino's muscles, and then we see kind of HBK trying to convince Mike Tyson to kind of join the Nation, or not the Nation, Degeneration X, which after the following events, I'm sure he's going to be more inclined to do. The New Age Outlaws. I really want to talk about the Nation, apparently.
You really
the New Age Outlaws come out wearing overalls and come out with a stuffed pig.
A little stuffed
pig.
I love this gimmick that they do, actually. I think this is so funny.
It's silly, goofy guys, really. We get the classic New Age Outlaws entrance. They're coming out talking about like, hey, like, look, we're one of you. We lowered ourselves to overalls, which is a crazy thing to say to someone's face. And of course, the Godwins want none of it. The match begins when Billy Gunn gets his overalls ripped, just forcibly removed from his person.
Clean off.
Like crazy. So he has to wrestle the rest of the match in his teeny tiny little tights, and we love to see it.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
JR on commentary goes, let's pray those don't come off. And we respectfully disagree.
I was like, speak for yourself. I'm curious.
Thanks.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everyone.
So the Godwins are kicking ass for basically all of the match. Billy Gunn is in the match for basically all of the match.
Fighting for his life
and his clothes. And so, he's really, really getting rocked. I love this little joke that Jerry has on commentary about, he was talking about like Marc Mero, and he mentions like my whole family being boxers except for one, and she was a Pomeranian, and I don't know why that got
it was really funny,
so good, and why he was talking about Marc Mero in this match, but it worked. It killed me.
But one, except for one, which was a Pomeranian, it was like spit take. Like, honestly, really funny.
No, 100%.
Because you're like, what are you talking about? And then you're like, oh my god. And it's like he forgot, unless he wasn't out there for the Marc Mero match. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, he wasn't.
And oh yeah, so he's probably like backstage, like, damn it, I have such a good joke for this. He goes, I'll do it later.
I'll bring it later. Yeah. Of course, the New Age Outlaws find a way to win when Billy hits one of the Godwins with the pig, gets the pin, and we're like, "Yo, it's a little stuffed pig. Like,
I
you
said it's the
good?"
plushy pig. This is the crown, the King of the Ring crown all over again. I was like,
Right.
what's
No, one
happening
hundred
here?
percent.
The delusion.
So we find out that in the pig was a brick, so
A
it was
brick.
literally a stuffed pig.
He's a
And
brick.
the,
House.
so yeah, of course they win with their cheating ways. We love to see it.
As usual.
So then we get to the big kahuna, the Mike Tyson of it all. This is the Mike Tyson segment. Vince McMahon is in the center of the ring. He comes out and damn near loses his voice trying to introduce this man.
I swear.
So Mike Tyson, he's happy to be here, happy to be a part of the WWF. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love to see it. Stone Cold almost immediately comes out. Immediately.
And we
Um,
were promised Stone Cold. So all night
and
they're like, Stone Cold's coming, Stone Cold's coming. Everyone stay in your seats. He's coming.
And here he is.
So,
So he
ta-da.
comes out and is basically followed by every official that works for the WWF. They all
Insane.
come out and immediately are trying to get him out of the ring.
And he's
Um,
like,
yeah, he's like, that's not gonna work for me, dog. Thanks. He comes into the ring and he's like, Vince is like, okay, well, why are you here? He goes, why am I here? He's like, I've been here all day waiting for my turn to come out here, and I see you all day just shaking hands, kissing the babies, and it's been making me sick. So sick,
period.
in fact, I've been in the back throwing up.
He literally
And
says, I've been throwing up.
yeah, 100%. And he's like, I respect what you've done in the boxing world, but when you come in this ring, you're messing with Stone Cold. I'm like, ooh, you can feel it. You can
The
feel the
crowd
rising.
erupts, by the way. He's like, when you come in my house, this is my room. And everyone was like screaming,
Losing it.
losing it.
Basically, he was like, I want a piece of Mike Tyson's ass. And he's like, you got your beady little eyes locked on the world's toughest son of a bitch. And he's like, I can kick your ass every day of the week, twice on Sunday. If you don't understand, he's like, I'm not really sure like how good your hearing is, but if you don't understand, I've got a little sign language for you. And then takes two birds directly into Mike Tyson's face, flips him off, gets shoved for his trouble,
Stop.
which by the way, the next day is on every newspaper headline all over the place is that the
Wow.
photo of Mike Tyson pushing Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this is like the thing that like pops Stone Cold Steve Austin that like allows him to kind of be like to grow larger than wrestling because Mike Tyson
Wow.
is huge, especially in 1998 outside of wrestling as
Right.
not only just a boxer but as a pop culture figure. So this is the thing that like ascends Stone Cold as like not only is he the hottest thing in wrestling, he's going to be like the hottest thing in the late 90s. Um
Damn.
so
I love that for
no
him. He got
really
shoved too. Like Mike Tyson
shoved.
really put the paws on him, but I
Mm-hmm.
obviously all in the name of the game.
So immediately chaos ensues. Mike Tyson's
Whoa.
people start going for Stone Cold. So Stone Cold gets one of Mike Tyson's people down on the ground. We have WWF officials trying to like with all of their might
Girl.
hold Stone Cold down and separate them. It's wild. And it takes a hot minute because Stone Cold is really fighting. Really
Like
fighting for his life
really
out here.
fighting. I was like, oh my God, they're really like struggling to hold him. Like you can tell it's not a joke. He is like with all his might
Right. And I'm sure that's
struggling.
what they like agreed upon, like out there, like beforehand. But they
Oh
were,
yeah,
they were
but
like, they were like, he's
whoa.
like, I'm gonna go for it, and you need to hold me. So he's out here struggling for his life. Vince McMahon comes out onto the ring apron. He's like yelling at Vince. He's like, you are yelling at Stone Cold. He's like, you ruined it. Like you ruined everything.
Me.
Like because again, storyline picture. Vince McMahon is playing like this evil boss trying to schmooze a celebrity into doing something for the WWF. So this is going to be like the moment when they announce it, they put pen to paper, it's all, it's going to be this joyous blah, blah, blah. And Stone Cold, the guy that Vince McMahon did not want to win the Royal Rumble, comes out and ruins it for Vince. Thus, we're getting even further into the Vince McMahon Stone Cold story. Like we're planting the seeds.
Wow.
Because now Stone Cold is out here getting after Vince's check, cutting into blowing big opportunity
Woo!
celebrities for him and his company.
And
So
I love to see
he's
it.
taking it personally. He flips off Austin, starts kicking him crazy.
Kicky.
So it's fantastic. We have to
Oh,
it's so chaotic they cut away. They're like, okay, they give us like a recap of something that happened in the Royal Rumble. We're like, okay, and then we cut backstage and Mike Tyson's like yelling at Vince McMahon. He's like, get his ass out here.
bring that bitch out here.
Like he's a coward, this, that, and the other. He's like, I brought my whole family here for this, blah, blah, blah. And like that's how the show ends. Is just Mike Tyson's people yelling at Vince McMahon, like trying to get him to rectify the situation.
Wow.
And it's great.
It's
Fantastic.
so good. I cannot believe, like, they, for the caliber of Mike Tyson, this was sold perfectly.
Yeah, it was
Like,
great.
Austin literally has to be restrained by like 7
That's what
individuals.
I'm saying. And just like the sheer, like the amount of bodies in the ring, how chaotic it like looked visually,
Yeah.
like how like
They
so good.
they nailed it because it felt so real.
Right,
Like Austin going for him, Mike Tyson really shoving him. And I'm sure
right,
that he was like, I'm sure Stone Cold was like, really shove me. Like,
right.
really give it to me because it like really, it felt so real. And again, Austin like legit really fighting to get free.
Uh-huh.
Oh my, like we were like, wow, like it just adds to it was just so well done and exactly the like caliber that it needed to be done at. Like
Right,
impeccable, wonderful, amazing, love it.
right.
So good.
Uh,
So good.
so we are this episode was fantastic. I think we
Really good. One of my
furthered
favorites.
almost every storyline that we had either started or was ongoing during the Royal Rumble. Your Kane and Undertaker, your Triple H and Owen, your HBK and Stone Cold, and you found a way to bring Mike Tyson into the fold. It was a great episode. The funnies were funny.
Yep.
The
Even Bradshaw breaking away from the new Blackjacks,
that yeah
like
was made somehow made that storyline interesting.
interesting. Yep,
So
totally.
great stuff.
This is in terms of being like the episode after the pay-per-view, one of the best executed, in my opinion.
I agree. And the pacing was also really good, and
Yes.
in like WCW and like WWF like documentaries and things, this episode or like this like this like time period of the WWF is when I think it was Kevin Nash was like, when did you like know like things were gonna start like uh
Flipping
turning
back.
flipping back, and he's like, when I saw Mike Tyson show up in WWF. Is he They said that they showed up and this will be like at the day after WrestleMania 14 or whatever, because Mike Tyson is involved heavily in the main event. And he's like, you showed up to work the next day at the WCW, and they were like, "Ooh, did you catch that last night? Getting pretty cold in here. Water's getting pretty
Damn.
cold."
Woo! Oh my
So
God.
we're really getting into the like building momentum of the Attitude Era. Like we were like, 1996, where like we needed to like establish some characters. We needed to know what was going on. Big transition year. 1997, we're really getting the ball rolling. We now like people are kind of settling into who they are going to be. We're getting more factions, and now like we're going downhill. We're rolling downhill fast, and things are
Love.
just gonna start like popping off. And you already can see, if you've noticed, just like the crowd sizes, the crowd signs, and the like just sheer loudness of what's going on. Like the momentum is shifting. It's good stuff.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have done it any other way. Like, because getting the lead up, and so now I can see the difference. Like,
Right.
I'm glad I got to see the difference between like an episode we used to watch versus what we watch now.
Right.
It was, oh God, it's just so crazy.
Crazy.
And Eric Bischoff, your weeks are coming up, bitch. Your time at the top, girl.
Amen.
And I love to see it end.
Amen. Amen.
I'm just a hater at heart. You guys have always said that.
I've always said that.
I've always said that.
All right, guys, this has been another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. Thank you for listening wherever you find us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of those great things. If you like outdoor clothing brands, don't forget somewhere on the screen here, there is a 10% discount code for beatenpathcode.com. So if you want a little discount, make sure you use that. For Kelsey, I am Xavier. This has been the New to Wrestling podcast, and we'll catch you on the next one.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.